Hello students, today I am going to start the second part of this chapter, Discovering Tut. Saga continues for class 11th. It's second part. In the previous part, we have studied that Tut, the king Tut, a pharaoh, he died 3300 years ago. He was the last teenage heir or teenage ruler of a powerful family that had ruled the Egyptian empire for about centuries. Tut, he died very young. His father or grandfather, that was Amenhotep IV, was a very powerful pharaoh who ruled for almost 40 years. Then we also studied that in 1920, an archaeologist, a British archaeologist actually, Howard Carter, he discovered his tomb and started investigating Tut's mummy. So it was later on found out that he was buried in the month of April or May, March or April, just on the basis of the adornments that were there, the leaves and all, the flowers and all that were there. So because those flowers, they were in that season. Now the next point is Carter's difficulties. That is Howard Carter's difficulties. So Carter, as you know, was a British citizen and therefore he didn't have the belief that the Egyptians had. So the Egyptians, they never tried to go near Tut's tomb because they feared that going near to Tut's tomb was very disastrous. Disastrous in the way that it could invite the pharaoh's curse. So, like other British citizens, Carter also believed that this was just a superstition, just to keep the thieves away from that tomb, so that they would not take away those valuables which were there in that tomb. So Carter decided to take Tut's body out of the tomb. Okay, it will be better that he takes out that body. But taking out that body was not a very easy task. It was very difficult. So what Carter had to do is, Carter and his team, they broke the 3 gold coffins, and then also one after the other. Finally, they broke the innermost coffin and saw that the body was dried and it was hard. Whose body? Tut's body. The body had got hardened just because of the resins, and separating the body from the coffin was impossible. So he decided to chisel the body into pieces. He thought that it would be better if we chisel it away. The resin had stuck the body to the base of that coffin. That's why he thought that if it is, he even tried in the sun and all, everything he did. In a hot temperature, that body was kept, but nothing had beared the result. So he thought that it will be better if I chisel it down. So he had to chisel it away into pieces. Okay. The next point is missing bone. Now, after some years, probably you can say after Carter's death, okay, Carter, the one who has investigated, a doctor, he performed an X-ray and found that one of Tut's bones was missing from his reassembled body. How did this happen, or how did it happen? No one knew. Years passed, and archaeologists and scientists, they performed a number of studies and experiments, but they couldn't find out the reality of that missing bone. The next is Tut's mummy scan. Now, Tut's mummy was put into a CT scanner, okay, on 25th June 2005 to answer two important questions. What were the two important questions? How did he die and how old was he at the time of his death? Okay, these were the two important questions. First, how did he die and how old was he at the time of his death? King Tut was one of the first mummies to be CT scanned, and that also in death and after life. The process took less than 3 hours. The pharaoh was taken back in that tomb again. The CT scan dispelled, or you can say revealed, all the doubts. Tut is resting in peace in his tomb in the valley of the departed kings of Egypt. Now the next point, future scope for technology. Now, the modern world, boys, as you know, has turned the impossibilities into possibilities. The mummy at that time, when it was scanned after 1,000 of years, had opened new avenues regarding the cause of the death of that pharaoh. Okay, but it has not been able or successful in giving the definite answer to Tut's death. However, it has not given any reply, any response, any answer. It has given the direction to think and proceed. Maybe in the future, technology would solve this mystery for us. Okay, so this is what is given in the chapter.